What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Sunday watch list. I hope you guys all had an amazing Thanksgiving. I'm very thankful for everyone who joins the Sunday watch list and watches them weekly. I hope you guys do gain a lot of value from them. If you watch them weekly, leave a like and leave a comment. I kind of want to just say thank you, get an idea of who really shows up to watch these. I'm gonna be dropping a whole bunch of other content soon too. Once I start traveling again, I'm gonna do vlogs. I'm gonna do Q&As. I'm going to do trade recaps. So this YouTube channel this upcoming year is just gonna get way better. So I just want to say thank you guys. But other than that, let's get straight into the watch list, right? Let's start off with SPY and QQQ, of course. And this is why it's so important, guys, to be reading price action because just last week, right, what did it look like? It looked like we were about to break these lows down here, right, at 650. But because we did not break those lows and we reclaimed the big level of demand, which was this 661 on SPY, the reclaim, we had to be open-minded to the upside, right? And that's why in last week's watch list, I had both upside and downside scenarios so that we don't get married to one direction. And so once we reclaimed 661, the next target was 675. We could have rejected there, but if we reclaimed it, we pretty much start pushing these highs, right? So let's go over SPY real quick. We're going to clear all these levels and we're going to highlight the most significant ones, right? Obviously, that 675 area, I definitely want to have on my chart. That's a big resistance here, here. So as long as we're above that, we can definitely retest that as a higher low. We are on an uptrend, and an uptrend consists of higher highs and higher lows. So if we get any type of pullback and any type of higher low, I would look for that area or even this 680 area. This was a nice support from back here. Kind of retested it on Friday a little bit. But as long as one of these two levels hold, those are the two levels I'll look for a bounce, a higher low opportunity to buy the dip. Now, the next big level we need to watch is this 685. Every time we get there, that's also November's highs. So monthly highs of November is 685, 686 area, right? So as long as we stay below that, there's two scenarios there. We either break and retest, and if we do, pretty much all-time high, 688, 690s. I definitely think we push highs. I know we came this far already. I think we have the strength to break the highs, but I'm open-minded too. If it gets weak there, look for rejection back into 680, right? Depending on how aggressively it rejects. Sellers are sitting there, but how strong are they going to be, or do they even show up is the question. Okay, so that's SPY. Very simple. I mean, unless it gets under 675, I don't even need to have levels down here. But if I were to grab some, like 665, right? Like 670. Okay, so QQQ. Let's delete all this and let's start over, right? The trend right now is on an uptrend. We now have a low, a higher low. And so where I would look for a higher low at would be like this 613 area, right? 613, 610 almost. But really 613. That was a big resistance from back there. As long as we hold that 613, 614, then the next resistance isn't until 625. I definitely see us pushing 625s. So that is going to be a potential opportunity for this week. As long as we hold 614, look for higher lows. Even this like 617 is a good level right here for the movement to 625. Any reclaims, any type of break and hold above 625, it's pretty much all-time highs for QQQ. 635, 638. So a break and retest above 625 is also a great opportunity. Now, there's also a potential for a rejection at 625 for like a day trader or scalp. It would be counter trending, but you know this we have to be open-minded too, a potential rejection there. So those are a couple scenarios that I would look at for these levels. You don't need to have these charts flooded with levels. These are the main ones you really need. And the main ones I would use. Stay away from like the middle, stay away from like taking mediocre trades that you don't know like who's really sitting at that area. Here we know sellers were there, and when we break above, it turns to support. Here we know sellers are here, but if it breaks above, it turns to right? Support, resistance turns to support. And just who's gonna be in control, right? The buyers or the sellers. Okay, other than that, guys, that's gonna be Spine QQ. We're gonna get into the individual names. Tesla is my absolute favorite name for a swing trade opportunity. Now, the reason why is because on the weekly chart, we are approaching this third trend line. It was actually more than third touch. We have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. It's like the eighth touch of this trend line. Um, and every time we do get there, we hold, right? It was also a resistance from back here, like the 380s, 367s. But as long as we hold that, right, we've already recovered. This was a downtrend on a 4 hour time frame, right? Where we have a high, a lower high, a lower high. And now we are getting above that most recent lower high at 423. So signs of reversal is when you fail to make a lower low. We didn't make a lower low under 380. We broke back above 423. And now we're holding back above 423. I like this 415 area as support a lot too. As long as we hold this whole 415, 423, I'm very open to buying some calls, maybe for even like end of December, because when Tesla goes, it goes. If Tesla takes off, like I wouldn't be surprised it's at 500 very soon. I just wouldn't. That's like when Tesla goes, it goes. So if we can get any type of higher low, I'll be looking to buy contracts that expire a little bit later, maybe end of December, maybe even end of January to be safe. If you're just looking for a day trade or scalp, pull back 423, look for room to 440. If you're confident and you want to hold this, 450s, and then pretty much these recent highs at 470s. Anything above 470, guys, Tesla is taking off. It's just going to be, you're going to see just a move to 500, like with nothing stopping it. But yeah, we're still a little bit early, so I can't say that just yet, but I'm open-minded to taking that trade. Okay. That's my swing trade opportunity. Day trades, Apple's gonna be my favorite day trade opportunity. Apple's on an uptrend, right? Clear as day. All we did was break out of this range. It's like a double bottom as well, if you want to say that, right? We broke the neckline, we're retesting the neckline. But that 276, 277 area was resistance here, resistance. We broke above. We're retesting it on these higher time frames and we're holding it. On Friday, we held it one more time. But the level that we're struggling to break above is this 279, right? Every time we get to this 279, sellers do, they know they're not letting it get above that. But one of these buyers or sellers are going to win. And since we are in an uptrend and holding, I'm going to lean more towards us breaking to the upside. It's like a little bull flag as well. The next target would be 284. So you can also even swing this with time, or if you just want to look for a day trade, there's two ways to trade this. You look for bounces at 276, 277, or you wait for the break and retest of either 279.5. Okay. Two ways to trade it. Let's see how much strength we show, and pre-market, of course, will help us out a lot more. Next up, we've got Meta. Meta was amazing. I'm still in a swing trader. I entered leaps here off November 7th, and so I got stuck in this trade pretty much all of November, but we're back here. I have till end of February on 700 call, so I'm already in this. Obviously, didn't get the best entry. But it was worth the attempt for me. And honestly, as long as we held that 580, there was no reason for me to exit because 580 was just a great level of demand down here. So already Meta was down about like what, 26% from highs? 26% from highs. And just in the last 5 days, 4 days, we're already back up 10%. Okay, so great recovery on Meta so far. A big level of resistance that I want to be paying attention to was this 641 area to 631. We're on up. We're starting to form higher highs and higher lows. So I want to follow this. The next higher low that I will potentially be looking at is going to be this 641.6 area. If we can hold that area, next up is 658 and 677. One thing I do want to be a little bit aware of is the 200 SMA at 672, but I think it magnets towards it. I think it just pushes towards 672. So if you want to take a trade from the 640s to the 670s, that's very possible. But I'd be careful. Probably look to be taking profits into there unless it just shows so much strength. Then that's where the gap fill initiates to the 700s. Okay, but a lot of setups are looking very bullish. Even AMD, right? Double bottom, but we are at this trend line. We're actually breaking above it. 225 is going to be a big level to pay attention to. I think it magnets towards it, right? I think it does go and retest this 225, but I'd be careful there because it was a big support that could turn to resistance there. But I think it pushes into that, okay? And that's about a what, two for like $7 move. So opportunity, how I would trade this is retest and hold of 216, take it to 225. It all depends on how much strength it gets to 225 to decide whether you should hold something for a higher move up or whether you should just get out because it could reject, you know? Other than that, guys, we'll go over NVIDIA. NVIDIA is still downwards trending. I do see a potential inverse head and shoulders starting to form. If this is the left, the head, and the right, and it's also at a big level of support from back here. So if that area holds above 184, you could take it back to these 190s. But I like the other setups a lot more. This is lagging behind. So if it does catch up, it could be a great dip buy opportunity. Other than that, guys, thank you guys for watching. I do have a Black Friday sale going on. I'll just leave all the information in the description. Half off on Discord if you want to watch me trade live every morning. And on the market, Blueprint Academy, the Mastery, the Blueprint Academy is off 60%. Okay, so that's just over 70 videos, everything A through Z. It's great for beginners, intermediate, advanced. It shows you how to read charts, candles. That's 60% off. I'll leave that in the description as well. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a great trading week.